Hey everybody, I'm Kevin. I'm 3-2 count. It's my first ever YouTube video, and today what I'm going to be doing is rebuilding the Chicago White Sox. So to start out, I thought it'd be important to kind of figure out where the team is financially. So we have a large contract in Yohan Moncada that is a team option for 2025. I think we'll probably keep him around for the 2024 season. I know it's a large contract. That's probably not one that would be easy to trade off. And, you know, he's decent enough to where we can keep him around for another year, potentially. This Andrew Benintendi contract, I am more interested in trading off, but we'll do that in a second. Lou Bob, I'm definitely going to keep around. Big fan. Jimenez, I'm in the middle on. And then I have a bunch of older kind of people that won't be around more than a year on the team. Crochet is very important. Quero is important. Thorpe is important. Who else? I mean, so for reference, I have a short list of players that I think are important kind of to the rebuild as a whole. So that are close to the majors current, like could be in the majors within the next year. These are all the players I have. Some of the really important ones, I mean, our top prospect is Colson Montgomery. He's the number 12 prospect in the league. And Zach DeLoach, could be a short-term bat. I mean, I like his fielding in left field. I think that'd be, I'm a big fan of outfield fielding, just fielding in general, having good fielding. Edgar Quero, I'm iffy on him catching, just because I don't love his fielding stats. But he could be a DH or first baseman. And then I have some other, who are some other important? Vaughn is, obviously important. Brooks Baldwin, relatively near coming up. Fletcher is in the majors. Thorpe they have in the majors. I'll probably not have him in the majors to start. Crochet is very important. And then for the top prospects, here are who, the save has our top prospects being. We have Brian Ramos, and George, I don't really need to explain everything here. Got a lot of pitching prospects, which is good. So let's go over. So currently, I kind of cleaned house. I did some promotions, and I got rid of the people that I didn't want, which is kind of pretty important when you start a league. I'm gonna up our development budget a little bit, and same with our draft budget, because I'm sure we'll have a high draft pick. And here's our owner. He's an 88-year-old man. He is charitable, which is good. We have a medium-sized budget. That's, it's not bad. Next year, it's expected to go up. But one of the first things that I'm going to do is find a trade for Andrew Benintendi, and I'll be right back with that. So I found a suitor for Benintendi. I know the White Sox just signed him to a big long-term deal, but I'm looking to ship him off. So the main piece that I got from this trade that I'm really looking forward to is Jacob Marseille. And then I added Profar just because. Yeah, so just gonna go ahead and complete that trade. And there we go. I got rid of Andrew Benintendi. Alright, our next order of business is we are going to snag some of these people from the waiver wire. Nabil Krismat. I could have totally said that wrong. Alright, I'm going to try and make a claim on him. Who else? I thought about Ryan Yarborough. It would be for 1 year and, 3.9 mil for a pretty good lefty bullpen player. I'm not hoping the team is good. I would love a decently high draft pick, but I am going to pick up Thomas Nido because he's a great defensive catcher. Having double backstops of Maldonado and Nido would be, very beneficial to our pitchers. Matzek, I'm in the middle on. I probably won't get him. Brent Honeywell Jr., again, he's been through our team before. He pitched 4 games with us last year. Who else? Sam Hillard, not really interested. Yeah, again, don't really need him. So those are the 2 main waiver wire claims I'm gonna make. McFarland, don't really need him. So let's look. Ross Adolph. That's somebody we could have. Don't like the last name. I don't like the last name. But we'll sign him to a minor league deal. And again, not somebody we really need. Evan Edwards. I would love Trey Mancini because I'm an Orioles fan, and I love Trey Mancini. Who else could I go with? I mean, there's this guy, but I don't really need first baseman. Tom Smith. Again, don't need first baseman. Is it worth signing a reliever at this point? Not really. My bullpen is mediocre enough. Chris Flexen probably doesn't need to be in our bullpen, but I'm sure those relievers will still be there. Gotta give him some time. Tucson will be fine. But I'm sure those relievers will still be there if the bullpen starts to struggle. Drew Thorpe, I'm going to move back down for the beginning of the season. And I'm going to start with Jake Woodford. Johan Dominguez or Jake Woodford? I'm going to go Jake Woodford. He's not as good of a pitcher. He's got 1 option year left, and he has some major league experience. So add him to our roster. He's going to be our number 5 starter. And then I'll make some more moves and then be right back. Now, the White Sox signed Tommy Pham in real life. I'll do that. I'll give him an offer. I'm not really, Austin Meadows is enticing. Mitch Longo is not. But in reality, I don't really need any other outfielders because if you look at my AAA, Colas, Peyton, Deloach, those are all these guys are lefties, I'm pretty sure. Except for Winton Bernard. And then Grossman switch, Ortega's a lefty, Pillar's a righty. So, I mean, I have plenty of left-handed bats, plenty of extra outfielders that are getting up there in age and would be, there and ready. Brett Phillips is kind of a question mark for the beginning of the year. I know how he does in the major leagues. And this is kind of indicative, the stat line right here. Great fielder. Let's see what his pitching ratings are. Hey, makes me happy. And I'll have to fill out the 40-man roster before I continue. So another thing I forgot to mention, I offered this trade. There's a chance they decline it. Oscar Colas and Mark Payton for Rafael Lantuigua and Mason Fluharty. Fluharty looks like a good bullpen arm, and a lefty. We need more of those. And a right-handed outfielder. Look at that. Who can play some infield and is a spark plug. Love that. All right. One last signing here. I'm gonna make an offer to Aaron Loop for 1.8 mil. Alrighty. So not a ton of cash, not a lot of budget room, not a lot of space for free agents, but I'm not expecting everybody to sign here. And I might look to make some other moves. Maybe Stassi. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just, go into it. Let's see the season predictions. So, a lot of people are agreeing or liking the contract. By people, I mean, the people that matter. Beginning of the year, Lawler is top 10. That's interesting to me. I forgot he ruptured his UCL. Where do we stand? All right, we've got the 19th best farm system. And Colson Montgomery is the number 19 prospect in baseball. So, there you go. I mean, that's big. That's very important. Opening day, I forgot they have. So the opening day starts extra early just because of these games. But let's look. Where do they have the preseason predictions? So we're predicted right now to go 64-98. That is a terrible team. That is an awful team. We're predicted to walk a lot of people. We're not predicted to have any of the top hitters in the AL or top pitchers. It's just like real life, really. It's nice my Orioles are predicted number 1 in the AL, despite, the Yankees having Juan Soto and Aaron Judge and, the Yankees being what the Yankees are right now. Yeah. I think we can do a little better than 64-98. We've made some moves. We will continue to make moves. Well, that's not really what I was hoping. I'm not necessarily Ooh, actually, if I throw in Eloy Jimenez, I just dump all of that contract. And they accept. That's perfect. We'll take that in a heartbeat. So we're going to let go of Jimenez, who, lots of money right there. He's a good bat, injury prone in real life. Then we get this Fluharty guy who will, start out. We'll have him in Double A where he was at the end of last year. And then they have Antigua as the second baseman. We're gonna put him out in left field, and then we're gonna have him in AAA. He might be on our opening day roster. But I'll be right back with once I figure out opening day roster and lineups. All right, so I've got the final team kind of put together for the 2024 season. So this is our kind of organizational overview. Got Nicky Lopez leading off, Dominic Fletcher batting second, Luis Robert Jr. batting third, Gavin Sheets. This is against righties. Gavin Sheets in the DH kind of platooning, Andrew Vaughn, Yohan Moncada, Paul DeYoung, Jurickson Profar, and Martin Maldonado, who we signed, for that 2 years, $8 million contract. And then against lefties, you can see it's relatively similar. We've got Profar at DH and Grossman. Fielding stats wise, they're the exact same, pretty much. Grossman's a little better, because we're gonna sit down Gavin Sheets against lefties. His splits against lefties are not as good. Pitching wise, we brought up Jake Woodford. I'm gonna set a pitch count limit on all of them, and then here's our bullpen. I'd like another lefty. I signed Aaron Loop. And we'll see kind of based on how people are doing. But yeah, this is kind of our preseason team. It's not very good. Let's see if... Nope, they've got us doing the exact same. So, yeah, that's how the team's going to look going into the year. And that'll be it for this episode, this first episode, where I just kind of set the scene for the beginning of the year. Thank you guys for watching. This is my first video, so, this is something I really enjoyed doing, and I thought, why not, do something I enjoy and share that joy with other people. So I hope everyone has a great day, great evening, great night, and have a go and be safe.